So before I leave for today, what I would like to do is show you some of my doilies. Why don't I just get this out of the view up there. Do that over here. When I was a young girl, my grandma would give me, for my birthday and Christmas, we'd get other things sometimes, but once we got to a teenager, she started giving us, she was a prolific crocheter and crocheted doilies, tatting doilies. I'll just come up a bit because I'll show you what I've got. And so as well as everything that I had collected over the years, when she passed, she left her, I have this big bin, like this is the depth of it. It's a huge bin. It's full of doilies. She left the linen closet to my sister, and after a few years my sister wasn't interested in the doilies and she had sons and didn't want to pass any of them on, so she handed them on to me, and I used doilies for years and years in the house, on my Duchess and on items in the house that I had things on. And when we built this house 5.5 years ago and we're moving in, my daughter said to me, "Oh, Mum, you don't want to be using those doilies. It makes it look old around the house." I do have a couple in the house, but anyway, not too many. So I now have them in these tubs, and they were just sitting in the house. And I don't know, about 12 months ago, I decided, well, will start incorporating them into my projects, which I do, and they're now given another life, and I'm sure Grandma won't mind too much. Some of them I leave whole, some of them I've cut up, but she was making them in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, and so they're all vintage. Not 100% of everything in here Grandma did, because before I was gifted her haul, I would buy second-hand ones at op shops to use with different projects. But 90% at least are Grandma's. And I've got a lot of Duchess sets, so there's the big pieces, the smaller pieces, and I just had them all in here in a big mishmash. It was a big mess. And a couple of weeks ago, I washed everything, the whole lot, in the washing machine, because I'd noticed that a lot of them had some stains on them. Previously, I'd just been using ones that weren't stained, and so I just washed them all. Now they're all good, ready to go. Now this, I'm not sure. It's like a bag. So there's this part here, like this, a big bag, and this cover. I'm not sure if it was to keep doilies in or exactly what it was. I'll just zoom out. No, that's zooming in. That's as much as I can do. But it's a beautiful big piece. I really don't want to cut that, so I'm not sure what I will do with this piece. That is a white piece, even though I've got it in this tub, because what I also did was sorted everything out. So there's just the most beautiful pieces in here. They really are. And I'll never use them all. So I was thinking maybe I could make some kits, or if anyone was interested in them for their projects, I could do something like that. Here's a tatting one. It's a nice big tatting piece. That looks white. I don't know how that got mixed up in there. Anyway, yeah, see, that's a good piece so that you can cut all these pieces out and use them, the smaller pieces. So that basically, well, there's another white one. Anyway, that basically was the cream tub. There's hundreds in there. And then I had this one. This is my white tub. I've just got this Japanese piece sitting on the top. Bit of tulle. They're ones I've bought. And so I've put all the white ones in here. I love this pineapple design. There's quite a few with the pineapple design on it, in the white and the cream. So that goes on and on and on and on with all those doilies. In the white, there's crochet pieces and the tatting pieces. So I've got that tub, and then I sorted out in this old shoebox. I put, and years ago I had purchased on eBay, before we had Facebook Marketplace and everything else. On eBay I had bought a few lots of different embroidered doilies. Grandma didn't do embroidering, she just did the crochet and tatting. In this box I just sorted with the coloured doilies and the smaller ones. So I've got quite a few like this one. It's got the big pineapples and the little pineapples. Now these ones I thought would be ideal for, I've used the centre of that one. I love these ones. I would like to make some fabric journals like Rachel, Roxy Creations. Rachel from Roxy Creations makes a lot of beautiful fabric journals, or junky fabric journals, scrappy fabric journals. And I would like to make some of those, and I thought these would be ideal. That one, I don't know if it used to be all pink, but or if it was a variegated, but or whether it's been stained, or, but there's just a little bit of pink in it. So I've got quite a few of that type, which I think would be really good for the fabric journals. These little itsy bitsy ones are so cute. And so I've put all the coloured ones in here and the small ones. This one. Now I've got some crinoline ladies here. Grandma didn't make these. I bought these on eBay. I was going to be making things back in the day when I thought, when my daughters were younger, and I thought they'd be wanting some beautiful doilies and different things, and yeah, so I'm going to have to be using some of these in my projects. I've got the 3 beige, 3 white, 2 blue. I think I've used a blue in another one. So they're great. I bought them. They're handmade. A lady made them, but I bought them online. So here's some colour ones. That's a nice pink one. These yellow, I love these yellow. These are Grandma's, I know that. I can remember a lot that were hers. Here's some pineapples on the end of a doily. Some more like this. A tatting one. I'm not sure if you crochet doilies or tatted doilies, but Grandma taught me always to fold them in thirds like that. Do you know where the name Doily come from? Some of you may not, so I will just tell you this. Back in the, I can't remember now, is it the 1800s, maybe? I think. There was a gentleman by the name of Doily. That was his surname. And he was a sales rep, and he used to go around with samples of this type of thing. And they just got known as, he was quite famous and he had good ones. And so people would say, do you have a doily? Meaning from that particular gentleman, these. And the name's just stuck as doily for all of what we call doilies now. I love these ones that Grandma's done. This one's a little stained, but I couldn't get it out. I did the best I could, but that's okay. And I used one of these on my, I'll show you in a minute. That's a bit bigger one. A few years ago, Anne Brooks on the, we did this slow stitch book. So I used one for the front and just put some Suffolk puffs that I made on here. I just thought that was a great way to incorporate one of Grandma's doilies on the front of that. This is a padded fabric book. Anne has YouTube videos if you'd like to go and look at those and make one. So she would put out a prompt and yeah, I just love it. It's beautiful. I love this book. I would like to do another one in different, some different colours, different colourways, maybe a pinks one. I did a lot of Suffolk puffs at that time. I made all of those to put in here. The beads when you attach the pages at the end. And there's a hole so that you see what's on the other page. And so this one then has all circles, different circles on it. All the nice little beads. Now, this was a book within the book. So, this is so tiny, it was so fiddly to do. Oh, that's right, it's upside down, it goes this way. So, I enjoyed doing it though. Even though it was a little fiddly, it's so cute. And then we did a little tag in the book. So it's a little book and then a tiny weeny tag in the book there. I just love this. It goes in there. And we have a heart over here. It's a wonky heart. And this was weaving, fabric weaving. And then all the stitching over it. And the last page, you put all little bits of fabric that you've put throughout the book. And in here, I put a little note about the book That's my grandma's. So Anne Brooke calls this the Sew for the Soul book. And so I've just written on there, started in October 2021, lockdowns, wearing masks, COVID-19, a pandemic hit the world, slow stitching has helped my mind and soul. My name, and so for the book. And I added this little one in here after I did the cover. The doily on the front cover was made by my grandma sometime in the 1900s, Nell Agnes Smith, nee Layfelt, and she did some nursing. And these are her laundry tags. I've got a whole little box of Cash's laundry bags, so I put her name, her little tag on quite a few projects that I make as well. So that goes in that little envelope there. And I stitched not too neatly. My soul has been fed with needle and thread. And then on the back cover, I embroidered this doily back in the early 1980s and crocheted around it. I have recently cut one up, not of this one, the one with the daffodils, to do the field notes with the Roxy Journal of Stitchery. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you that I put one of these doilies on here. That was Grandma's. So that's that. I love that book. So that's what I've used one of those for. And I bought these online. They're just beautiful. Serviettes, fabric serviettes. Beautiful linen. And I think they came in a set of 6. They were white when I got them. I've tea stained those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And I thought they'd be great if I cut them down to put them in for the fabric books. Hankies. These are new hankies, because I bought them specifically to do this type of thing. My nanny did this. This is back in the day when there was Hobbytex around. That's done with Hobbytex. My mother's mother did that one. Yeah, see, I've got all these little ones, which will be fabulous. These weren't Grandma's, of course. I bought these online. I think they'll be fabulous for the fabric books. I love these little sandwich tray doilies. So cute. These I all bought all on eBay. This one I've been using. That's the piece I showed you to go in the, come from the corner. That I'm going to put on my fabric bowl. That's all hand done. And the hand crocheted edge, which is beautiful, which I can use on something. So I've put all the fabric ones in here. That's Japanese, beautiful Japanese hanky. This is the set. This is another set I did, this one. And that's what I cut up for the this is a set I did. Oh, actually, it's not a set. There's 2 exactly like this. One each was for my daughters. So it's a table runner. So I've got 2 of these. And it's got the same pattern up each end. But looks like I'll be chopping those up to go in projects. These are ones I did for my daughters as well. So I think I'll be cutting all these up. Another one, I think that's the same as that one. Yeah, there's bigger ones. And yeah, this is the one. I did this one and I've cut that up to go into a project. That's the blues like I had on the book. Cut that to do that's the right side, to do one of the projects. Yeah, these are the smaller this is a smaller version of that one I just showed you before. I've put the lace around it, but not real good by the looks of it. I used half of one of these doilies in another project. So, yeah, that's the other one of the one I made. Oh, that was the back side. No, that's the back side. That's the front side. So I've got a whole lot of those there. I don't think I'll get little spider. Oh, you little grub. So I think they'll be getting used in projects. But I am considering, because I also have a number of quite a few vintage, well, anything over 20 years old is classed as vintage. I have quite a few vintage sheets, bed sheets, that I don't use, and they're just in the linen closet. So I was going to wash all those up and cut them down and see if anyone was interested in purchasing those for their slow stitch projects. Please leave me some comments if you are interested. I'll never get to use all of these in my lifetime. I can see that. That's a given. So what I thought I would do with some of Grandma's doilies, because my girls aren't interested in using them. However, what I thought I would do is so that they could be passed down. I have 3 grandchildren. So 2 grandsons and a granddaughter. I am going to make cushions, 3 cushions, and I'll put Grandma's doilies on the front and the back. It will just keep some of them from going to the thrift stores, which I'm sure my daughters will do because they're not interested. And well, what are you get to use in my projects. And I'm going to make the 3 cushions, put Grandma's doilies on them, and I will put a little note inside each one to say who made it and when it was made, and I think to pass it on, which would be nice because it's really a dying art, I feel, and it's just a shame to see them all not being used. Even if I can use as much as I can to save some. Not saying that they won't get rid of my craft projects, but anyway, I can only do what I can do, and hopefully they will keep some of them, which would be lovely. Well, I think I've been rattling on quite a bit for now, and I will end this video. Please give me a little cheeky thumbs up if you liked my video, and become a subscriber if you're not a subscriber. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and that's it for me for today. So thank you. Bye for now.